Morning, folks, or good day. Today is July 1st. It is a Tuesday, and we'll be going over uh, today's trading session as to whether I took trades and why I placed that trade, and just discussions over today's price action. Okay, I'll drop into the 1 minute chart, and we'll take a first look at the Asia and London sessions. So after yesterday's close, um, we closed just under um, the the second most recent all-time high, and December 16. Yesterday we broke all-time highs, and since then, as I mentioned in the video before for June 30th, if you haven't seen that yet, you're more than welcome to do so. But I made the assumption that price would continue to consolidate when there's in this region, and today we see price did just that during the Asian trading sessions. Asia is trading above the second to most recent all-time high. During the London session, we see it trade just below, struggling to break above that old all-time high. Going into the pre-market trading session, during this time of the day, I did see an opportunity for me to take a trade based on my strategy. Um, we see price trade um, below the Asia trading session lows, and then it continued that downwards trend after London. Here we see a strong move down, and after seeing this, it caught my eye. We see some somewhat relative equal highs form here, um, seeing them as a possible opportunity for price to come back into them before making a push down. But price did not catch my interest until I saw it trade below the London session lows. So just below 22,820. Now, why did I take a long before market open? So um, one of the things that caught my eye was the fact that price was trading below both the Asian London session lows. This led me to believe that price may trade back up um, and reversing into an upwards trend. This occurred just momentarily before market open and in the beginning of market open. We see price trade down during pre-market, comes back up. Around this level, I consider this to be a market structure shift, seeing as this up close candle closed just above this swing high. I made the assumption that this was a market structure shift and price would continue to trend upwards. Seeing this bearish fair value gap formed after the swing high, it caught my eye. As we see a small gap here, a little imbalance. These fair value gaps here did not catch my eye and I did not consider them as a possible trade opportunity. This could have been a mistake or not, something to study in the future, but I did not look to see these candles as an opportunity to take a trade in because I did not see a confirmation that there was a market structure shift before they took place. It wasn't until this up close candle here is when I considered this fair value gap that formed right here as it broke above the most recent swing high prior to the market structure shift. We can extend that out just a bit and observe how price reacted around that level. So seeing that price took a shift to an upwards trend, I should have, in hindsight, I should have used this fair value gap to place a trade, but uh, you know, it's a learning experience. Anyways, so being late to the party, it wasn't until I myself thought that price would continue to trend upwards, which is when I took a trade at this time, 8:01. I'll pull up my trade confirmation there. Here we go. Where is that? Chart executions. So you can see I took that trade at 8:01 pre-market session. I actually took this trade away from my desktop on my phone actually on my way to work. But anyways, after taking this trade, we see price continue in an uptrend before coming back down. In hindsight, looking back now, I see as price most likely came back down to either, tap into this buy side imbalance, sell side inefficiency for a continuation upwards. Here at 8:30, we see the market open. We see a little more volatility during the market open. It comes back down, just opens right outside as we close at the bottom end of this fair value gap. Price had a quick reaction, as you can see from this leg up here, to continue upwards before it came back down. Some could see this as a possible indication that the market may be shifting in the downwards trend. I continued to hold on to that trade. I was confident that, well, I was quite confident price would reach back to these most recent swing highs. So I did not consider any bearish indication or signs that it would continue to reverse. I held strong staying in my trade. As it came back down, price had a quick reaction to come back up before tapping into this buy side amount, sell side inefficiency, this bullish fair value gap here, before hitting my take profit. I did get just lucky. My take profit was literally to the tick, the very top of this trend, before we see this trend downwards throughout today's intraday trading session. We see price continue down. We see this fair value gap here on the 1 minute created just after breaking below or closing below this swing low from this upwards closing candle. We see a bearish fair value gap formed here. I'll denote that with a red color. We see that come right here. Price comes up into it, wicking right in before a continuation downwards. I would say up until price breaks above this swing high is when we see the downward trend change into price trading upwards. I took no trades at all, as you can see from my chart executions during the day. I figured, considering yesterday was a losing day, and I'm looking to make improvements in my trading and my habits, just trying to stick to my plan. Make the trade only when opportunity presents itself, not trying to force a trade. So even though there were definitely some opportunities to possibly take a trade within here, it did not pique my interest whatsoever. I like it's paramount to protect your capital. Trading is a long game. You can make money pretty quick, but you can just lose it. You can lose it even faster if if you don't protect it and have that discipline. But anyways, we see price trade up during the day. It did not come close to the market open. So we are still, trading below market open. I would say right around here, we may expect a market structure shift. We see this failed swing high and a down close candle below this last swing low before this most recent swing high. And then we have our failed swing high and a change in market structure shift. That's how I would constitute this, or not constitute. I would define this as a possible market structure shift before we trend downwards. And we see that just here. This up close candle could be seen as a breaker block, bearish breaker block. We see price trade into it. It wicks just above, but fails to close above this order block, and we see a strong push down. Price comes back up for a retracement, fails to make a swing low, creates a new swing high, and then price trades back lower, and here we are now at market close. Yeah. From today's price action, it's nothing I haven't seen. Considering we have recently broke all-time highs, I'm still unsure as to what direction price may trade, up or down. But for the time being, I'm either going to take one trade a day or just not trade at all until I see any opportunities that are in alignment with my strategy. If you've taken the time to click on my video and watch it through to this point, thank you for watching. If you've learned something or found this somewhat engaging, please leave a comment or a like. And if you plan to see more content from my channel, I'd really appreciate a subscription, or hit that subscribe button. And just for the end of the video, here are my stats on the day. 94 profit and loss. I did only trade one contract. I'm still a new trader. I started this combine on June 16th. It is now July 1st. So I'm sticking to one contract, one trade for my strategy until I show proficiency. But for the time being, these are my stats on the day. Overall, let's take a look. We are still in profit, up $177, a 48.72% win rate with a 1.31 RR and a profit factor of 1.24. Thanks for watching, folks. Have a good one.